Okay. Hi, I'm Jean McCormack, resource psychologist in the Division of Psychological Services. I'm here with some of my amazing colleagues today to talk to you about being a school psychologist. Dr. Lester, take us away.
Hi, thank you, Ms. McCormick, for passing that on to me. Yes, I am a school psychologist in Montgomery County, and I work at a high school at the present time. I have been a school psychologist in Montgomery County for approximately 19 years, and I absolutely love the profession, and that is why I continue to do what I do every day for the success of students.
Hi, I'm Janice Campbell. I'm also a school psychologist with MCPS. This is my sixth year in MCPS and my 19th year as a school psychologist. I've worked in various countries as well as states, and I love working with kids. And I'll hand over to Miss Capera.
Hi, I'm Miss Caprera, and I'm currently a school psychologist in a high school and an elementary school. I've been in MCPS for about 7 years and a school psychologist for 10 years. And I also love working with children. I also love all the kind of problem solving and collaboration that comes with the work as well.
So, as we move forward, one of the things that we talk about is what would you like to do in your career? So, as a school psychologist, there were questions that I asked myself when I was a previous emotional dis- te- I was a previous teacher teaching students with emotional disabilities in Philadelphia. So, as I went further, I wanted to know how those students became into the program and started receiving services. I liked working with children. I like to work in schools. I absolutely advocate for marginalized groups of students, and these are the reasons that I continue to do what I do in the school system. So, what do you want in your job is another thing that we look toward to determine our course and our path of our career. There are plenty of job openings across the country. There's also job flexibility and stability. We are very competitive with our salary in the school systems, and we have diverse roles and responsibilities across our day. So moving forward, some of our esteemed colleagues have made videos as to why they became school psychologists, and we can go forward to listen to some of those.
I became a school psychologist is so I can be the adult for kids that I needed when I was growing up.
I recognize the potential to make a real difference for people who look like me. I want education to help students find purpose in life. The work I do helps identify and mitigate, if not remove, barriers to meaningful education and purposeful living.
I wanted to help kids. Best part of being a psychologist is you get to be with kids all day and work hard and use your resilience and your best wisdom and kindness to help children.
I became a school psychologist because I want every student to know that they have somebody who cares and will be there to help them achieve their goals.
I became a school psychologist to help students get the support they need academically, socially, behaviorally, and emotionally.
So that I could help children where they spend most of their time, which is at school. I also know that school can be a really tough place for a lot of people, and I wanted to help bridge the gap between mental health and education.
The best part about being a school psychologist is when you collect all of the data and you start piecing it together. It feels like you're solving a puzzle.
The best part of the job is that I'm able to connect with families, provide reassurance, knowledge, and just support them as their children go through the education system here in the United States.
Is having the opportunity to connect with and help students of all ages and backgrounds.
Is that no 2 days are ever the same. It's always changing. There's always something new and interesting, and you never get bored, that's for sure.
Is the honor and privilege of working with our youngest learners, our infants, toddlers, and preschoolers with special needs, enrolling them in early intervention services, and seeing them prosper.
Every day, my work is different. and I get to be a part of the problem-solving teams at different schools. I get to collaborate with teachers, administrators, parents, and I especially enjoy working with students from all age groups.
Is that you are never bored. There's always something to do and you are always entertained.
Every day is entirely different, that I have different teams that I work with, different buildings, different challenges, and I get to use a lot of different skills out of my toolbox.
The ability to bridge my prior background in mental health and support kids like my son, who's going through challenging life events.
Is that every day looks different and we really have the opportunity to make this job our own, whether that's through direct student interventions, supporting our school staff, and or working collaboratively with our community to provide resources that will best benefit our students.
For anyone interested in being a practitioner in the field of psychology, School Psychology offers a window into children, teens, families, and their dynamics that cannot be otherwise obtained in the clinical setting. School psychology in a school system like MCPS also exposes us to families from a vast array of cultures and languages, which makes it extra rich and rewarding.
So you heard a lot of the videos and you've heard reasons why we became school psychologists and what we do most of our days. So who are the school psychologists? What do we do on a daily basis? We work in schools and educational and clinical settings. We also provide psychological and educational services to all students. We support student achievement for success, for well-being, for mental health, and we're experts in the learning, behavior, and mental health of school systems. So we have a variety of skills that we provide to the school and the staff on a daily basis.
So in summary, what do? We conduct psychological assessments. We provide counseling, both individual and group counseling and other mental health and behavioral supports. We do a lot of consultation with teachers and with families to help support students' behavioral and academic needs. We're involved in crisis intervention, so we prevent and respond to various types of crisis events. And we provide culturally competent services to diverse learners, which in a system like MCPS is so important. We use our skills to help students with learning difficulties, behavior and attention problems, students who are experiencing interpersonal problems such as bullying or feeling socially isolated, students dealing with mental health concerns such as depression and anxiety. We help students who are coping with crisis and trauma. We help students who have challenges with poverty, homelessness, and students in foster care, and also students who have family concerns, such as divorce, death, substance abuse, or students who are military families and their parents are deployed. Most school psychologists work in schools like MCPS. So as you see from the bigger piece of the pie, over 85% work in schools. And then a smaller percentage will work in public schools, college and universities. So those are so often the people who taught us to become school psychologists. And some also work in independent practice as well as at the State Department and in hospital settings. The field of school psychology, we are in a critical shortage, and we want everyone to join the profession because it's a great profession. But specifically, we want males, we want individuals from non-white backgrounds and individuals who also speak other languages apart from English.
So those interested in becoming a school psychologist always ask, how much will I make? So to answer that question, here are the average salaries by region in the USA. And Maryland, if you're hoping to stay close to home, is going to be in that green section over to the right in the map. And then if you are at the point where you're thinking, oh, I'm interested in becoming a school psychologist, you might be wondering, how do I get there? And so if you're in high school and you're getting ready to go to college, it's important to know that you will need an undergraduate degree. And most school psychologists study psychology or child development, sociology, or even education as their major. But you can even get started now with just building experience that would be good for your resume. Things like mentoring or tutoring, things that just involve working with children in general, like being a camp counselor, working at a daycare or preschool, or even a behavior technician. Also give a shout out for Our Minds Matter. And if you're in high school, you could join the Student Mental Health Club, and that'll show some interest in some of the things that we work on and we deal with every day. And then after graduating from undergrad, you will need to go to graduate school. Most psychologists earn a master's and another advanced degree. So for example, I have what's called an educational specialist degree on top of the master's degree in school psychology. And overall, this is generally 2 years of coursework. And then a full-time internship. And a lot of places, a lot of districts these days do pay for you to complete the internship. So you do get paid while you're doing that. And then it does help, I would say, to be in a program that's approved by the National Association of School Psychologists. Sometimes there's an additional stipend if you're a nationally certified school psychologist through that association. And there are other avenues you can go through as well to become a school psychologist. Besides just that sort of advanced degree, you could have a doctorate as well, and that would require a few more years of school. And so here you're just going to see that we are considered a very good, very fun job to join as school psychologists. There's always a need for school psychologists. There's, I think, an increasing recognition for the need for school psychologists. So we're not going anywhere. And we really enjoy doing this. We love it. And we hope that you will consider joining us in the future.
Thank you so much. This has been so wonderful to be here today and listening to you all about why it's so great to be a school psychologist. Please know, if you're watching this presentation, we are always happy to answer your questions. One of my favorite things is when I have a student contact me and they're in college and they're like, I've been taking these psychology classes and I love it. I'm interested in being a school psychologist. Think about this presentation you heard today. Send us an email. We'd love to talk to you. And if you do pursue psychology, school psychology, come back and see us. We are hoping that we can see you as one of our colleagues in the future.